emergency. He has got assault police marker.
Vehicle stopped.
Get off! Get off! Give me your hands!
On the floor now!
North Yorkshire's traffic cops.
Crash, 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 crash.
140 mile an hour. How stupid are you?
Driving down crime in England's largest county.
Don't lie to me.
Stone.
Across 3,000 square miles.
Your vehicle's been stolen via an ambulance heading towards.
Dealing with danger on the roads.
What the bloody hell are you doing?
Male is trapped in the vehicle upside down.
Under pressure.
Go over there and I will speak to you.
Come on, mate, talk to us.
Out! You're under arrest. Do not move.
And at risk.
Tell me what I can't see!
Right, you're under arrest.
What's up? Right, you've had enough.
That's serious organised crime level.
Any more strikes, mate, you're going to go to prison.
Around every corner,
He's going to kill somebody.
Why haven't you stopped?
there's a new challenge for the traffic cops.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Coming up, officers under threat.
Vehicle's reversed and attempting to ram me.
Suspected thieves on the attack.
4-1, there's just been a further attempt to ram 694.
Little mug.
Drunken flare-ups.
Too afraid to come down here.
What are you doing?
And when boozed-up scooter riders get caught on camera.
Right, you're under arrest. It's point in time. They're being unfit to drive.
Tempers spiral out of control.
See, you've spared me!
Get on the floor!
Emergency.
Hi, good morning. I've just had my transit van stolen off my drive.
How long ago was it stolen?
10 minutes ago. But the alarm never went off. It is alarm. So I don't know how they've got in.
Right, okay.
After a number of burglaries overnight, officers are on alert for a gang of suspected thieves in a stolen transit van.
Police emergency.
Good morning, sir. I'd like to report a break-in, a robbery during the night. There is 3 cameras on the area. It's our cabins that have been broken into and the grass cutting machinery that's been, not all of it's gone, but quite a bit of it's gone.
Okay, all right.
Brand new electrical strippers, an electrical leaf blower, and then they've taken some diesel as well.
And how much diesel's been taken?
I would say about 100 litres.
Right.
They've taken a wood chip probably value of about £6,000.
Okay. Any witnesses? Anything heard?
No.
Okay. Sorry you've had to report this. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye now. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Earlier, the 3 suspects are believed to have stolen more property and driven head-on at one of their victims.
Oscar Romeo 43 though, can you do a vehicle check?
25 miles northeast of York, traffic cop Mark Patterson spots a suspicious van towing a trailer.
We're just approaching the Humpback Bridge. Just approaching the junction.
Just find somewhere to stop up here.
4-1, it's left.
Have to be here then.
With the machinery and the van
Stand by, reversing, the trailers come off the back of it.
matching the descriptions of the reported thefts, Mark alerts control.
It could go wrong at any point for various reasons. The occupants could get out and decide to offer violence to me. I'm still on my own in the car.
4-1, vehicle stopped in the road, doing a 3-point turn.
They might be very keen to get away and use a weapon such as a knife or something like that on us as individuals. Their vehicle can quite easily become a weapon as well, and a very powerful one.
Stand by.
Jump out. 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 Jump out.
Why? Why?
Get out of the van.
Go in, you can feel along that road.
Oscar Romeo 4-1. Vehicle stopped. I've had to approach the driver, at which point he's driven off. I now consider this to be a pursuit. Of note, when I've tried to detain the driver, he has driven off, causing me a minor injury to my arm.
Close by,
694 negative.
traffic cop Joe Schramm races to help Mark.
So we just had a vehicle failed to stop for police.
Traffic and weather is light. Road conditions are dry and good. There's no other traffic on the road. Stand by, we're stopping in the road.
It's obviously going through a thought process as to I can either stop, hold the hands up and throw my keys out the window, or I can take it up a level.
Vehicle's reversing, attempting to ram me.
That's a tactic that people will use in a pursuit. To try and reverse ram the following police vehicle, because if they do it sufficiently to disable our car, either by activating the airbags or causing some damage.
4-1, being rammed by the subject vehicle, stand by.
That takes us out of the pursuit then, so it gives them a greater chance to escape.
I'm now with 881, I'm behind the vehicle. Vehicle's continuing. Heading away from the village.
With Joe leading the pursuit, Mark falls in behind him.
So at this point we're going sort of 80 miles an hour, and the road layout's not great, it's quite bendy and there's not a great deal of view ahead. Luckily, there isn't that much traffic on the roads. I'm confident it's still safe for me to continue.
Vehicle continues down the carriageway. 694, vehicle's entering the 40s, still 7-0. Approaching the village and entering the 30s, stand by. Vehicle's heavy braking.
As Joe tries to get in front of the van, the driver becomes more desperate.
There's been a further attempt to ram 694.
It's shocking. It took me by surprise, really. It's all self-preservation and how they can cover the tracks and get away with it. I'm a traffic cop, but I also have days off. I have a family. I'm out. 694 has disabled my vehicle. I want everybody to realise that their actions do have consequences.
Oscar Romeo 4-1, I'm back as lead vehicle.
With Joe's car too damaged to continue,
Single track lane into fields.
Mark is on his own again.
The potential consequences of what could have happened and someone getting hurt or worse does give you a little bit of a shudder, because ultimately he's driving like that because I'm following him.
4-1, he's gone through 2 gates. I'm not going to be able to follow now because of the terrain.
Coming up,
Go on again. Go on, get up, mate.
the suspects switch vehicles, stealing another car in a desperate bid to get away.
1-0, we've had contact, it's damage to our vehicle.
Tell me what I can't see! You've sprayed me!
Down the block!
And a drunken man refuses arrest.
Tell me what I've done!
"25 miles east of York,
Vehicle's reversing, attempting to ram me.
North Yorkshire's traffic cops are under threat.
694, I'm now with 881, I'm behind the vehicle.
After a spate of thefts, traffic cops Mark Patterson and Joe Schramm are crashed into by a gang of suspected thieves desperate to avoid arrest.
4-1, there's been a further attempt to ram 694. 4-1, he's gone through 2 gates. I'm not going to be able to follow now because of the terrain.
As the suspects flee across the countryside, all available units flood the area.
Hello, mate.
But with his car out of action, Joe updates colleagues.
Where exactly is the van?
In the fields.
Just here?
On the other side.
All right, okay.
So,
right, we're going to have a look down here.
Some clothing, I reckon they're into the fields. I'm
Yeah,
talking to the
sure.
guy that lives there, he was like, that's just farm tracks.
All right, mate, we'll see how far we can get down.
Police emergency.
Your vehicle's been stolen.
At Force Control, there's a report of a car theft.
What's your vehicle registration?
Okay, we'll get police on the way.
It's believed the suspects have abandoned the van and stolen a car.
Yeah, this is it, mate. X5. Yeah, that there, shouldn't it? Yeah, we're on it.
Firearms officers pick up the chase.
Yeah, it's off, it's off.
It's obviously clear from this point on that he's not wanting to stop for us.
Zero Papa 10, we've got a vehicle failing to stop. What is your location? Black BMW. Overtaken on a blind bend, risk is high. Yes, 0. Acknowledged. 0, did you acknowledge? Stop, vehicle attempting to ram.
As the BMW rams the firearms car,
Go on again. Go on, get up, mate.
Mark catches up.
Doing it, mate.
No cars left.
10, we've had contact, it's damage to our vehicle.
Just Mark and one other police car are now left in the chase.
Yeah, 1-4, we are now pursuit.
4-1, car 2.
Yeah, just for the log, it reverse rammed us at the same time as it did the other ARV. Hopefully there's some minor damage, but we're okay to continue at that. 1-4, can't be lost at the moment, but if you've got some help, we're doing up a gravel track. We've crossed the main of the road, straight across. You're monitoring?
Yeah, monitoring, that road will come out.
And possibly 20 minutes before lifting.
While a police helicopter speeds to the area, more officers arrive and spot 2 suspects.
Runners!
I don't shut up! You got anything else in your pockets, mate?
Money in there.
Which pocket will that be in? Yeah. So if you roll towards me, get your legs in front of you. Search. Yeah, spot on. Anything on you that's going to hurt me or my colleague? Hey, anything on you that's going to hurt me and my colleague? No. BMW keys there. The rock or something there.
As officers continue searching the 2 men, nearby, a 3rd suspect is caught.
Right, you're going to stand up and you're going to do it slowly. Right, walk to my colleague over there.
These are all of us, we're not too slow. Get that.
He's just 16 years old.
Got the other lads? What do you mean other lads? The lads that just flew past me there, from the motorbike. Good dress, mate. Theft motor vehicle burglary. Alright, stand up. You out with him, Jarvin? He's driver, I think. Pardon? I think he's driver. Search him.
Come on.
5-4 next time. When we initially got behind the X5, the second shoot, I'm quite happy that these 3 males match the descriptions. They've got a good look into the vehicle. And probably confident ID in the driver based on his clothing.
I think the people that commit the offences quite often just try the luck.
I think they've got the 2 others detained, I think.
I think that's what they play on.
Yeah, you all these?
But at the end of the day,
Cheers.
they need to get lucky all the time. We only need to get lucky once to catch them.
Is what? A key?
Yeah.
Key.
With all 3 suspects under arrest, they're being taken to custody for questioning.
Not the police, I'm guessing.
So the fact that we, as a team, managed to arrest all the occupants of the black getaway car
Right, just get under there.
and to recover stolen property that could then be returned to the owner, it's a very satisfying feeling to be involved in something like that.
Move over a bit.
But there's still, as well as wanting to catch them and bring them to justice, I want to go home at the end of the shift.
With 37,000 assaults on police officers recorded each year. At night time, officers double crew whenever they can for safety.
I've only got 2 pairs of trousers and all the zips are broken. So I've been desperate to get some new ones.
I might have got a pair. What size
And
are
me, 34. All I was
some 36s.
Have you?
I
Yeah,
am.
if I fancy looking like a clown, mate, I'll come to you.
You're another 34. Get
You're on about 6 thighs, mate.
Traffic cops Rich Clark and Rich Ellis are in the middle of a night shift as York's pubs and clubs start to kick out.
Oh, they're shouting us up now, mate. Go on, over.
From that, I can see that you're on your way into York. We've just got a couple of young lads on scooters, I think they're possibly OPL, on these electric scooters.
10-4, cameras can keep monitoring them, please. We're coming in from Acomb. We've just had a report from our control room and the council-operated cameras that there are 2 scooters, electric scooters, being ridden by potentially intoxicated persons. During the day, we don't seem to have many problems with them, but on a night, there are always those going out drinking and they're hiring them and driving them around whilst drunk. E-scooters are the latest craze. People, they don't know the rules of these types of vehicles. So they are vehicles, they're motor vehicles. They're powered by electricity. They're intended and adapted for use on public roads. You need a licence, you need insurance, the law is clear, but people think they're toys still. So lo and behold, you've got an accident waiting to happen. Can't see him, mate. Put it up. Wasn't on that, was it? 1600, we've just come down from the bar down into town. Can't see any persons. Who are these, like here? Got them.
Still parked up.
Just him in the fag. Yeah, we've got them now. Hey-o. We've got some concerns. Come here, mate.
Come here.
Yeah, the one you've just
Hello.
left.
Fella, I think you've been drinking and riding an e-scooter.
I haven't.
So, have you got one of these e-scooters out here?
As Rich Ellis talks to one of the 2 scooter suspects.
Oh, you big... Oi, language!
A passerby swears at Rich Clark.
There's no rule against language, pal.
Oh, I think you'll... Come here, come here. Come here, listen. Listen.
Pal.
Listen.
You can't just grab me for swearing.
Don't talk to me like
you
that.
You can't just grab me for swearing.
Just do us a favour. Just don't pull away. Don't pull away. Put the drink down.
Yeah, unit north, you're...
I'm locked into dealing with my chap, he's locked into dealing with this chap.
and we're doing it independently of one another.
Get your hand off me now.
You can't grab me for swearing.
Get your hand off me now. Stand there.
Piss off, mate.
Stand there.
Piss off.
Stand there.
You can't grab me for swearing.
Initially, I was going to have a quiet word with him, tell him to wind his neck in, and next news, he's squaring up to me, telling me what I can go and do with myself, etc., etc. And then he's resisted. 526.
Oh, jeez.
Give me a van, please.
What would get you a van?
Yes. Put your phone away. Don't pull away from me again. Listen to me. I want to breathalyse you. Put your phone away. Put your phone away. Put your phone away. Put your phone away.
Just listen to what it says.
Put your phone away. Fella, listen, in a minute, I'm going to put you to the floor. I've got reason to believe that you've been riding one of those...
I've just had 2 drinks.
One of those scooters. Stop tensing up. I've got reason to believe... Listen. Listen to me. Right, you're under arrest. It's point in time for being unfit to drive through drink. Do you understand? You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You do not mention when questioned something which you will later align in court, and anything you do say may be given an evidence. It didn't need to go down this way, but you're resisting me, so you're now under arrest, OK?
Tell me what I've done.
Public order.
Tell me what I've done.
Public
Tell
order.
me what I've done. Under what order?
Public order. Swearing in a public place. Right?
You're allowed to swear in a public place.
In a public place.
You're allowed to swear in a public place.
You're drunk and disorderly.
I'm not drunk and disorderly.
Yes, you are. Rich! I'm shouting for Rich to come and help me at first when I'm on my own. We're both quite experienced, we're trained, we know what we're doing. He's not coming, which tells me, you know, he's struggling with his lad, around his corner, dealing with that. That's obviously developed. He's not coming to me. I can't get to him. He can't get to me. Nightmare.
Can you just tell me what I've done? Can you tell me what I've done? What is wrong with...
Coming up, backup arrives.
Jump in.
But tempers continue to flare.
Get on the floor now. Move that way. I'll have him.
Tell me what I've done.
Move that way.
Tell me what I've done.
And after an alleged drunken assault, the traffic cops are forced to take action.
Little mug. You got a
No.
You got a woman. 2 of them come down.
Calm yourself down.
Come here, big man.
Come over here.
After a report of 2 drunken men riding scooters at the end of a night out, traffic cops Rich Ellis and Rich Clark are dealing with an angry passerby.
You can't just grab me for swearing.
Don't talk to me like
that.
that.
You can't just grab me for swearing.
Rich!
And one of the men caught on camera.
Listen to me. Right, you're under arrest. It's point in time for being unfit.
Can you tell me what I've done?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands
Local police arrived to assist the traffic cops.
back.
Put your other hand behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back. My colleagues down the road, a load of carrying on. I can't see what's happening, so it is worrying. So I can't leave my man because I've got a responsibility for him. He's in cuffs. Do as you're told.
Put your hands behind your back.
What I've done, Grab Ellis. I want to...
Was he alright?
It's another day in paradise. Hey, mate, you all right? We'll get him up. Right, mate, we're going to give you a quick search, all right? Put straighten up. Grab his legs, mate. He's not complying.
Stop messing about. What are you touching my house for?
Because I'm searching your pockets.
Find out what you got on you.
Get him other side, mate. I'll roll him this way, because I don't want to roll him into mayonnaise, all right? Come round, fella. Watch your head.
What's my head?
Calm yourself down there. Covered in mayonnaise now, aren't you?
Calm down.
Trevor back. Jump in.
Trevor back TV news at 10.
Jump in.
Rich Clark is struggling with the angry passerby.
Tell me what I've done. Tell me what I've done.
Tell me your hand. You're under arrest.
Why?
That's it now.
Why?
Drunk and disorderly.
Why?
And swearing in a public place.
Hey!
Now you're going to resist arrest.
Tell me what...
Right.
Tell me what I've
Get on the floor now. Move that way. I'll have him.
Tell me what I've done.
Move that way.
Tell me what I've done.
Move your eyes.
Tell me what I've done.
Right.
Tell me what
Get on
I've
the
done.
floor. Get on the floor.
Tell me what I've done.
Powder spray. Basically, it's fired into your eyes.
It's basically like if you've ever had hot chilies and you rub your eye, it's that effect but far worse.
See, you've sprayed me! Get on the floor!
So essentially you've lost one of your primary senses straight away. That disorients you, and that gives us that opportunity to, you know, try and win back the situation.
Been told. I can't see! You've been parved. You stupid! Keep blinking
Bring his hand.
done.
Get his hand.
Get your hand. Tell me why. Tell me why. John,
Stop swearing and we'll speak to you.
Please, work, can you swear me in the eye?
Because you're resisting arrest. Stop swearing.
Why? It's not illegal to swear.
Yeah, it is actually. It's public order of arrest.
Right, you're under arrest, public order act. Drunk and disorderly. I'm not drunk and disorderly.
Yes, you are.
You want some limb restraints?
Sprayed me for no reason.
Just, fella, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? You sprayed me for no reason. Get out of pockets, you...
You've been searched under section 30.
Yeah.
Because you're under arrest.
Oh, well. Right. Get off me. Get off my ass.
Grab that watch.
Please off the road.
Right, fella, we're going to have to get you into the back of our van.
Why? Tell me why.
Are you going to come nice and peacefully?
No, I'm tied up like a...
Are you going to come nice and peacefully?
What can I do, mate?
You're going to have to do what we tell you to do.
Alright, well, what can I do?
Are you going to do that?
What can't I do what else, can I?
No, exactly.
Alright, so ask a stupid question.
Forward. Okay. Up to your knees. Now we're going to...
What don't tell me now! Tell me now what have I done!
It's your friend.
Why? What the for? What the for?
Try to get this van.
What the for?
1, 2, 3.
No.
What so you don't kick out?
Cheers, lads.
With the passerby on his way to the police station,
Thanks for that, Clarky.
For what?
Hang fire a sec, hang fire.
Rich Ellis is still dealing with the e-scooter riders.
If you can get him in, I'll be down in 5 minutes, something like that. All right, mate.
You got one? You got one?
Yeah, I want it back, mate.
Put surcharges in, I'm getting surcharges in.
The other lad is stood there, still there, because he's the other rider. He's the rider of the other e-scooter.
Yeah. So the concern was, originally, that because you've been seen on camera riding round, that you drink driving.
I genuinely didn't know it.
So you can't do it. Just
I genuinely didn't know.
Just like riding a motorbike,
my daughter's
or a moped, or...
But
I know what you're saying.
15 mile per hour, don't they?
Doesn't matter. That's drink driving, same thing. Drink driving,
okay.
listen up.
Right, mate, you're under arrest and section over the road traffic act, right? He'll have gone now.
Slipped his cuffs. He's threatening to harm himself.
Right, go back in here.
He's got my cuffs, rigid cuffs, that are both locked, so the loops are closed, and he's got that held in his hand.
Fella, calm yourself down.
And he's smashing it on the back of the Perspex van. And at that point, it went from, what you doing, to he's going to seriously hurt himself. You know, these are steel, they're sharp, got jagged edges. And he started smashing it into his face, swearing, I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to kill myself.
Calm yourself down.
Evidence of this incident.
So at that point, we've got to get him out of there, we've got to extract him.
Yeah, you ready?
So what do? We open the door. Clark is angled to exploit the gap, and he's fired his parva through the gap into the rear of the van and giving him a good dosing of it. And the effect was immediate, absolutely immediate.
Come here. What are you doing? Get out. Aim on floor. Gently. Watch his head.
Arm behind your back.
Arm behind your back. I've got his arm.
Get your other arm out. Good lad. Put it up here.
Yeah, I've got some, mate. Right, they're double locked. Hang on. Honestly, pal, this has escalated into some absolute form of nonsense.
Yes, there you go. You should put yourself white.
Here, mate, use this.
Come up onto your bottom.
Just give him a little, primary survey. His top, please. It's from his head down because he's been smashing himself in the face with the cuffs. Let's make sure he's not got any injuries before we put him in back down.
Sergeant, Inspector, you're going to hear from my solicitor.
The sergeant's behind you, pal.
Right, just lift up and look up to the sky.
We're trying to look after you now.
Duty Inspector!
Let us look after you.
You're going to listen from my solicitor mother. This has escalated for nothing! Alright,
Could have been quite nasty. It looked like he was walloping himself in quite a severe manner, but thankfully it looks like it's nothing more than just scuffs at the moment. So we've had to recuff him and get him back in and expedite him to the police station.
Mate, jump forward. Use them feet. Jump forward. Jump forward.
You're taking piss.
No, I'm not. You can jump. You can't walk. You can jump forward. Though you're a bit too far away from the van.
Mate, taking piss.
Jump forward.
Just jump forward, mate. Hop. Hop.
Hop. Yes. That's more.
Come on in.
Like it.
So,
Thank you very much.
what's your head?
I think riding an e-scooter with booze on's just probably a small problem in his life currently, judging by the way he's reacting. These things happen. It's part and parcel of being the police. Unfortunately, you know, we do come into conflict with people that don't want to see it from our perspective and don't want to comply. Sometimes we have to get hands-on, and we train for that. You get someone like today who's probably so drunk that is just unwilling to comply, not able to listen.
The passerby and the two riders will undergo further checks at the station.
That lad just had this, literally finished it off in my presence.
Which one?
The one I locked up, him. He's finished that off in my presence and screwed the can up.
Him who walked into the shop?
Yeah. I had him up floor there, in mayonnaise.
Right, go on,
I had him in mayonnaise, mate. What's going on? You didn't get covered in mayonnaise. You have not had a good night.
The officer's last job at the scene is to deal with the abandoned e-scooters.
Just have to remain here, won't they?
Well, you're supposed to take them back to a
docking point.
There's one round the corner in there.
Is there?
There's one just down there.
Is there? It's the right thing to do. As much as the brake's on and it's like pedalling uphill. So, what have you got him for?
Public order and drunken disorderly.
Yeah.
And resist arrest.
So, we've got 3 locked up, 1 public order, 2 for drink driving offences, and we're a bit out of puff.
Clark and Ellis follow the arrested men to York custody.
All my trousers are broken, so I've got to be careful about what I'm doing with them. The biggest thing for me there, and a number of times it flashed through my head, was don't get mayonnaise on them, because we were slipping and sliding in mayonnaise with my lad who's, I think he took a dive into an empty kebab carton with a load of sauce on it.
Can we get you out now? Are you going to be here?
Just calm down a lot, mate.
Yeah. Alright, we'll have to get out, alright.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Appreciate you saying sorry. Alright, please stay calm while you're here, alright.
They're off. Walk now. Don't rub them, mate.
Don't rub your eyes,
Don't
it'll get
rub.
worse.
Worse.
Just try your best to resist, mate. We're required to provide 2 specimens of breath for analysis by means of an approved device, that's this machine here. I warn you that failure to provide either of these specimens will render you liable to prosecution. Do you agree to provide 2 specimens of breath for analysis? He's blown, his lowest reading was 86 micrograms, so we're looking at charging him with driving whilst unfit through drink. The bigger lad of the 2, he has provided specimens of breath. The lowest reading was below the charge limit of 40 micrograms, so he'll be released, no further action. The one that was gobbing off at Clarkie in the street, he's come in, he's going to be charged with a public order offence in the morning. So e-scooters, we're finding that a lot of the users of these are intoxicated or are driving them inappropriately, and it's a lump of moving metal. It's either you that's going to come a cropper, so you're going to get hit by another vehicle, potentially killed or seriously injured, or you're going to hit somebody else. So yeah, you know, the message is quite clear. Don't use them if you're drunk.
Coming up,
Have you got anything to drink tonight?
I've had a beer, yeah.
a drunk van man resists arrest.
Being compliant the whole time.
You're not being compliant, you're resisting by
Well, what
pushing
was
forward.
different?
Don't swear, mate. No one's swearing at you, are they?
You boys are pathetic.
And the traffic cops step in to stop a late night fight.
Little mug. You got a
No.
You got a woman. 2 of them come down.
Calm yourself down.
Come here, big man.
Come over here.
need to be down there. Especially have to go through town with all the drunk people.
In North Yorkshire, it's kicking out time for pubs and clubs. Traffic cop Joe Schramm is on patrol.
694.
Nearby, Chris Story and Sergeant Tim Wilson are also on shift.
Now I'll get that stopped.
Yep.
237. Well, unless it's a misread.
On the outskirts of the city, Joe spots a suspicious van driver.
Hello? Have you got anything to drink tonight?
I've had a beer, yeah.
Yeah. More than one?
No, one.
One. Right. You got your ID on you?
Yeah.
Cool. Right then, what I require from you is a sample of breath. You're just watching them. I'll get a breath kit. Thank you. The people doing it, I think they tend to fall into one of the two brackets, especially when we catch them. They're either apologetic, or I only had one, I only had two, or they're quite arrogant and they're a bit annoyed that they've been caught.
As backup arrives for Joe,
It's currently jumping up and down on the spot, so...
the driver is behaving strangely.
It's a new one.
This is a new one.
We alright?
Working, I'm just scared of the policeman.
There's nothing to be scared of.
I'm allowed to jog.
If your last drink was recent and you're jogging on the spot, all you're doing is pushing that into your bloods quicker. We'd have to jog very quickly for a very long time to get the alcohol out of his system completely.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, thank you.
I've ran the whole time.
Okay. That's 97.
The reading is 3 times over the limit.
Don't pull away, don't pull away. I'm not pulling away. You are?
Look mate, what's going to happen is if you don't calm down, you're going to end up on the floor. You're under arrest, so you're under control.
I know.
So you can't go doing what you want to do. Just calm yourself down.
And do what I want to
Right, no you can't, you're under arrest mate. He's asked you to stand against the car.
He said I was scared I was going to run away. Where am I running to? Listen, let me stand up. I'm being compliant the whole time.
You're not being compliant, you're resisting by pushing forward. You're resisting by pushing forward.
Wait, they're walking me. As I'm talking to you, officer.
Don't swear mate, no one's swearing at you, are they?
Yeah, no, but I'm being forced, so
You're
it's
not
not
being
a comfortable
forced.
situation.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
I'm like, calm down. I'm not going... You boys are pathetic.
There's many ways around it, so there's no excuses for drink driving. Just watch your head on weighing, mate. You right stepping up? This bloke is going to get behind the wheel. If it hits somebody, it's going to cause serious injury, if not kill them.
We're here to make the roads a safer place. He's made a bad decision and ultimately he needs to pay for it.
Is what?
Chunder everywhere.
Oh no. He's been sick in back at van. It's a good job we didn't take him in car, isn't it?
Having avoided a car valet, Chris and Tim's shift is almost finished.
After breakfast, you know. How do you know we're here?
But up ahead, there's a man standing in the road.
To the police now.
For what reason?
He just battered my girlfriend, knocked her out.
Where's your girlfriend?
Well, she just run off, I don't know.
if it was on about me, wouldn't you have then pointed across at me and gone, oh, it's him?
Well, unfortunately, I don't know.
Yeah, I
because
understand your situation.
I aren't speaking to her, and
But
secondly,
I'm stood,
some
but
people who get assaulted don't see who assaults them. But he seems to
I don't
think
even
you've been
know
involved.
What's going on? Hello.
You're right. So there's been an allegation to the time
I
of
know
23
the
minutes
rights.
passport.
To this lass here that...
So just listen to me. So
Yeah.
you're currently under arrest on suspicion of assault ×2. Just gonna pop
Oh,
these
you're
cuffs
not
on you,
honestly...
just-
Oh, please.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, yeah.
Just walk that way and sit back of this van, bud. He was pretty adamant that he hadn't done it and saying, look, she hadn't pointed me out, but obviously she was a bit more reserved than her partner was when pointing him out, I'm guessing.
Just mind your head as you get in.
I don't want to get in trouble, but also I don't want to not say anything. I have no idea who he even is.
It's not our everyday thing, but it's definitely something that we turn our hands to when required, and ultimately, you know, you join to protect person and property, and if somebody's getting assaulted and there's somebody suspect there, then you basically get out and you get involved.
In the last 6 months, there have been almost 200 instances of attacks on North Yorkshire's emergency service workers.
The police can't pick and choose who we deal with, particularly on a night out. We just have to deal with what's presented to us.
Alcohol changes people, but there's still people at the end of the day, and we've got to deal with what we've got in front of us. And sometimes it's just taking that step back and calming everything down, dealing with them.
Drink's here to stay, it's a big business, people enjoy it, but unfortunately, you know, it comes with its problems. People need to know the limits.
In this episode, after a crime spree involving a number of thefts across the Yorkshire moors,
The alarm never went off. It is alarm, so I don't know how they've got in.
2 out of the 3 suspects caught by officers have been remanded in prison awaiting sentence.
He's driver, I think. Pardon? I think he's driver.
A 3rd suspect is currently released on police bail due to being a minor, but is also awaiting sentence. The drunk and angry scooter rider who slipped his cuffs
Calm yourself down there. Covered in mayonnaise now, aren't you?
was found to be nearly 3 times over the limit. But caught, he received a driving ban and a fine. The man arrested by Rich Clark for being drunk and disorderly was released without action the following day. The drunk van driver, arrested by Joe Schramm,
Don't pull away, don't pull away. I'm not pulling away. You are?
was banned from the roads for 18 months and received an unpaid work requirement for driving over the limit.
He's the weirdo, not me.
Well, that's what we're trying to find out, isn't it?
He punched me in the side of the head twice.
Firstly, I'm stood outside.
And no action was taken against the man arrested in relation to an alleged assault.
And the traffic cops are back next Monday at 8. Rob and Dave fight to save the life of a rare type of sheep as springtime on the farm continues new tomorrow at 8. Following a driver undertaking at nears 100 miles an hour, it's like the wacky races for the motorway cops catching Britain speeders. New next.